I'm Noah. I'm one of the editors on Dimension 20.
Hi, I'm Erin Hassidim. I'm one of the editors for Dimension 20.
Editing the show, it takes about a day to do the line cut, in which we watch down the entire episode in a multi-camera view, and we switch between all the camera angles. And then we go back, we refine the timing.
Then we go through and add sound effects and music, and we punch in for dramatic moments.
And after that, it's about another day for the director's cut between the session and applying notes. Then, somewhere between a day or two, depending on how many notes we get from writers and producers. I'd say any episode that I've cut, I've seen at least 5 to 10 times. It gets to be a pretty large number by the time we're finished.
It's the longest part of the creative process, especially when you're talking about a show that's 2 hours an episode. So the three of us sort of in this early stage of editing all sort of share a brain, and we all think of new ideas, for example, new sound effects.
That was right. I wasn't sure if that was the right whoosh for Alejandro's spell.
Let's hear.
You see steam and smoke echoing forth in the cracks of the subway. Alejandro is casting an incredibly powerful concentration spell, appearing to summon the train to not.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. It's kind of getting lost. It's kind of getting lost in the...
Yeah, the steam.
Maybe have the steam just like come up like shh, and then leave, and then we can really hear. Can I hear just the spell sound? None of these spells have sounds associated with them. We're kind of just inventing our own sound for these.
Sometimes we are really helped by Brennan's mouth sound effects.
Yeah, he informs a lot with that.
Yes, he does.
That's the trick to sound design, right? It's like, it's what the thing actually sounds like versus what everyone wants it to sound like.
Like in the finale for season 1, when Golden Horde, opens up his wings, there's no wing sound that works for that. So I think, what was the sound? It's a
Flag, right?
It's a sheet.
I think
it's
it's
a
a
sheet
bed
unfurling
sheet.
that
Yeah.
I stretched out and shifted the pitch on.
Yeah.
It's that.
We often use music to make things dramatic. Oftentimes when there's a tense moment between two people or people are counting.
So that is 18.
Trying to figure out how much damage they made. Because it's sometimes really quiet in the room.
Oh.
I actually have a sticky note on my computer that I often refer to. Any kind of emotion, sad, happy, I want to add a little music to enhance that as well.
Can I use my
Yeah,
Tides
I've
of
got
Chaos,
the
which is
Oh,
one
maybe you should
advantage
do it,
on one
because
roll
then I
one
can
time a
give-
day to give to him?
I've played a few games of Dungeons & Dragons before I started working here. I think that was part of why I was hired. There are things that you, as a regular person who's never played Dungeons & Dragons, don't understand, especially death saves and all of that. Because in editing the show, when this might actually be the last roll that decides if they're alive or dead, that needs to be dramatic in the music and the sound effects.
I have all the books, I know all the rules, I have far too much knowledge of this game, and that's definitely something I bring. But I think just being able to sit there and watch these people play this game and enjoy seeing them do it over and over again. We definitely are knees deep in it, and we definitely remember more of the show after the fact than the players do, because they're knocking out so many of these things in such a short period of time, and then they're done and they move on. And I've talked to them about, oh yeah, I love this moment where this happened, and Lou does it. He's like, oh, did I do that? Oh wow, yeah, that sounds like that was really cool.
Just right around Misty, I want to give us all the 10 HP.
10 HP?
It's 11 now.
Wow.
10 HP.
By the way,
Sorry, one more thing about this. Did you just hear Emily say 10 HP?
I heard that,
She said 10.
I heard
She said 10. She thought the temp HP was 10 HP. And then
Oh,
Kugrash
okay.
goes to say it's 11,
11.
but she goes by 10 the entire episode.
Is she really?
Yes. So I'm just,
Is it easy to cut around?
she keeps talking to the editors about how much HP she has.
We're always looking for opportunities to make sure that our players look rad and awesome and they know all their math all the time. Sometimes they just can't be saved. I think that we all just wanted to approach what's the easiest way to convey this information to the audience. So you'll notice like the health bars don't have numbers, right? They're just like a bar, and we know the PC's total hit points. So that's where Erin and Noah come in, and they're doing a running. Do you just keep notes on?
This is from episode 16 of season 1. So we've got each character, Fig, Gorga, Gadain, Fabian, Kristen, Riz, laid out in the order they're sitting at the table. We log all their maximum hit points up at the top, as well as the temporary hit points they get from Kristen's inspiring leader. And then we've just got a little formula going on that just it calculates, we put in the change in hit points at each time they take damage. It gives us their total and then automatically calculates the percent, because then the After Effects file we use for the health bars, we're just typing in the percents and it's changing it, so that can be the same file for all the characters at all points in the show.
Say hi, Intrepid Heroes!
Hi, Intrepid Heroes!
This is the first show I've worked on that there's such a big fan reaction and that they really want to know more and they're really invested, and it's really heartwarming to see from someone who's been a part of it.
I actually have an entire folder of screenshots on my computer of like really on the nose guesses and fan theories. Some people have like through wild guesses or jokes completely hit the nail on the head of things that are going to happen in the show, and it's so entertaining to watch that play out.
I'm definitely a fan of this show. It's hard to watch without stopping every few seconds to laugh. I think Noah and I are the biggest fans of this show.